What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Vision YouTube channel. My name is Sebastian. I'm joined here with my brother Hugo.
What's up, everyone?
And the Cowboys have found their new defensive coordinator. The Cowboys have agreed to a 3-year deal with former Atlanta Falcons head coach Dan Quinn. Hugo, what do you think about this acquisition?
Yo, I'm hyped. We just got the DC that coached the Legion of Boom, man. We're a top 3 defense, no doubt, right?
I like the sound of that. But hey, hold the brakes. Hold the brakes.
I'm playing. We got some work to do after Mike Nolan, you know. I think it's gonna help out though. We got a coach that has experience from coaching the Falcons. Obviously, he has Super Bowl experience, and it's gonna help Mike McCarthy having someone that's been there and done that. And I think the staff is panning out pretty good with Kellen Moore as the OC, and then now Dan Quinn as the DC.
I like that. We got the youth and we got the experience on both sides of the ball. So yeah, Dan Quinn runs a 4-3 base scheme, and I'm really excited. You know, the Cowboys' identity was kind of lost last year. You know, Mike Nolan tried to have a hybrid defense with like some 3-4, 4-3, switching it up, but that just didn't work. You know, we did not have the personnel to go out like that. So we will talk about Dan Quinn back in the Seattle days, and then the transition to like the Atlanta Falcons days.
Dan Quinn back in the days, they were like a bend don't break, but they also got some takeaways as well. He likes big corners, kind of similar to a Chris Richard, obviously because they're both in Seattle. So I think he's gonna bring out the best in Trayvon Diggs and Donovan Wilson. Donovan Wilson. I'm not saying he's Cam Chancellor, but he has similar traits. You know, he's a hard hitting guy. He has a nose for the football, and it's gonna help out a lot.
Yeah, I'm honestly excited. You know, these defensive players, like we have the core of our defense down. We just need to fill in those holes and just develop these young guys, because our defense, you know, it looks promising on paper.
You said we have holes.
Yeah,
should we call Earl Thomas?
Oh boy,
No,
let's get that out of here. No, yes, Dan Quinn did play
he
for
coached Earl Thomas. But I'm playing. We definitely need to draft a safety high up in the draft.
Yeah, so you know, Dan Quinn with the Seattle Seahawks, they're very talented. You know, that Super Bowl run back in 2013, 2014, they're really good. You know, number one in defense, taking away the ball, but they also had talented players. But again, once he was hired with the Atlanta Falcons, you know, that transition, that's very hard for a coach. You know, going from focus solely on the defensive side of the ball to a head coach where you have a ton of responsibilities, like something's gonna damage on that football team.
Yeah.
Whether it be the defensive side, you know, or you just lose the locker room.
Yeah. I'm not saying he did a terrible job in Atlanta. I mean, they got to a Super Bowl, right? So he's a good coach, but things didn't work out. His team didn't perform. It is what it is. That's on him. And in terms of the defense, they didn't rank very high. I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't have players. They didn't invest in that defense.
They never.
Their best players are Keanu Neal and Dante Fowler. They're good players. They're not amazing players, but they didn't really have much on the defense. So we'll see what he could do with the Cowboys roster.
Yeah. So again, that transition from defensive coordinator, you see it around the league. That transition from defensive coordinator to head coach, you see a ton of coaches fail, like Todd Bowles, just to name one. And yeah. But hopefully, you know, that focus solely on the defensive side helps us. And again, at the end of the day, anything's an upgrade over Mike Nolan.
Yeah, I think the players that are gonna benefit the most is probably our linebackers, Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. I think we're gonna see more out of them. I'm still down. I don't want to cut Jalen Smith. I think one more year to see what he could do with Dan Quinn.
Yeah. So to wrap it up, you know, what do we need to expect going on? Like we finally got our defensive coordinator. You know, it was very fast transition. You know, we fired Mike Nolan on Friday, and we have a new defensive coordinator on Monday. So that's very good. You know, let's get this offseason on the right track. And yeah, so next, what's gonna happen for the Dallas Cowboys? We need to fill out the positional coaches on the defensive side. You know, maybe bring in Sean Lee as a linebacker coach. He's been contemplating retirement for some years, and he's just a student of the game, and I really want to see him like mold into a coach in the Cowboys organization. Ugo, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely not as a player. I think the ship has sailed for him. I don't think he would play anymore. I mean, he had a good run. He was a good linebacker for us, and let's see if he can transition to be a linebackers coach. I know the linebackers are gonna go to him because they're familiar with him. He's been around them for such a long time. and it gives them comfort, you know. So we'll see.
Yeah, he was basically a player, a coach as a player, he was a player coach, basically this year. If that made sense. But yeah, next we have to find players that fit not Mike Nolan, Dan Quinn. My bad, Mike Nolan, get out of here. I don't want to think about you. I don't want to think about Mike Nolan ever again. But Dan Quinn, you know, we need to find players who fit his scheme. And yes, it's early in the offseason, but you know, we got to fill holes in free agency and then draft for need in the draft. And Ugo, like what kind of cornerbacks does Dan Quinn like?
He likes big and long, tall cornerbacks. Like he had Richard Sherman and Byron Maxwell.
Yeah.
And they were big corners. And so we got Trayvon Diggs, who's good size and takes away the ball. He's athletic. Donovan Wilson on the backside. So we'll see. We're probably gonna get Surtain or Farley
in the
first. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm sure, and they fit the mold, you know.
Yeah, it's still early, but it's good to have Dan Quinn here. You know, early in the offseason to just kick off the 2020.
Almost saying Mike Nolan again.
You caught me.
Get him out of here. Yeah, you're about to say Mike Nolan. All right.
So hopefully, good things to come in 2021 for this Dallas Cowboys defense. And any last thoughts, Ugo, before we wrap this up?
No, hopefully we can turn around this defense and we take away and we continue the takeaways from this last stretch of games we had this past season and take it into next year because we're going to need those.
Perfect. With that being said, hopefully you guys stay safe and peace out.